Where did humans come from? Our origins. Those who get soaked in sweat when exposed to the sun, those who can't stand cold weather without layering up 10 times, those who suffer from coughing fits in dry places, and those who show 1,000 different allergies to flowers and insects. Surely many of you experience various difficulties depending on climate and environment, much like the examples I just mentioned. For example, until I turned 18, I couldn't even go outside without applying eye-itching relief drops and ointment during summers. So, why is it that almost all humans on Earth have been experiencing these discomforts for ages? Since we are part of the same group of living beings on this planet, why don't we have bodies that can endure external factors as well as they do? Moreover, how is it possible that humans, while being the most intelligent beings on this planet, can also be among the most helpless creatures in nature? Our way of life, our development, our physical characteristics seem as if they don't belong to this world, don't they? Interestingly, some recent studies actually claim that we don't truly belong here. Before delving into the subject, I'd like to express my gratitude to all the subscribers who support the channel by liking and commenting on the videos. You are truly appreciated. Humans have been seeking answers about their existence and their place in the universe for centuries. While mainstream science claims that humans, like all other living beings, emerged as a species through millions of years of evolution, there are significant gaps in this theory when it comes to the human species. For instance, after our presumed ancestors, the Homo erectus, there is a dramatic speed and even more dramatic intelligence gap in the transition to the modern humans of today, which various researchers try to explain with their own interpretations. Some argue that the development of human brain was enhanced due to the consumption of cooked meat, which shortened the digestion process. Others propose that there was a collective consciousness leap occurring occasionally, which resulted in the difference between two races. Such theories abound, yet this remains an unsolved mystery. Taking events into account with logic and science, several serious questions arise. When the physical characteristics of modern humans are examined, some serious design flaws are immediately noticeable. For example, our spine doesn't have a design to properly support the upright posture of our bodies. Consequently, one of the biggest problems for almost all of humanity is back and waist pain, along with related illnesses. Another example is our extreme sensitivity to the planet's climate conditions. Without protective clothing, almost none of us can endure the heat of the sun or the cold of winter. And you don't even need to be in the African desert or the North Pole for this. Even in our temperate climate zone country, spending a night naked on the streets in winter would result in death. There have been claims that our bodies were once covered with fur and later shed, but this explanation has never made sense to me. Because when you look at other animals, you don't see this adaptation. Their fur serves to protect them from both cold and heat. Interestingly, while fur is more common in cold climates in nature, it's the opposite for humans. There's almost no fur in northern races. The immune system structure of humans is clearly one of the weakest in nature. When you examine our history, you see that we fell victim to diseases as soon as we abandoned the hunter-gatherer lifestyle and started living in close proximity to animals. Countless diseases and just as many allergies have plagued us for tens of thousands of years, showing that our bodies haven't developed absolute protection. However, when you examine creatures in nature, even the simplest organisms rarely encounter these problems. Some organisms we consider simple, like certain species of jellyfish, experience neither disease nor aging. They don't experience any of these, theoretically being immortal under suitable conditions. Humans constantly struggle to maintain their immune system against both climate conditions and the conditions of nature. Otherwise, they immediately fall ill and face processes that can lead to death. Another remarkable deviation is our reproductive system. If you pay attention, you won't find another species in nature that burdens the mother as much before and after birth as humans do. The flawed design of the spine and the narrow rib bone structure are prominently evident here, causing severe back pain for pregnant women, and, as birth approaches, the pressure exerted by the baby on the organs causes the narrow chest cavity to compress, leading to breathing problems. After birth, the human baby embarks on a journey of life unlike any other seen in nature. I'm sure some of you, among my viewers, are parents and have understood. The human infant, appearing as if it has rebelled against natural selection, adaptation, and all the chain of life activities, can neither protect itself, nor feed itself, nor find its way, nor speak, nor establish proper communication, even years after its birth. It is the most helpless and dependent creature in nature, most likely. Besides the basic examples I gave earlier, you can find many more pieces of information. For instance, our physical weakness compared to other creatures, our almost non-existent night vision, our ears requiring much less sleep, and our constant need for nutrition to survive. When you think about all of this, the possibility of humans coming from a different planet seems almost as likely as miraculously evolving and reaching the present day, considering the possibilities on this planet and comparing them with other living beings. However, the next theory is even more popular and plausible than both the theory of evolution and the extraterrestrial planet theory I mentioned earlier, the ancient aliens theory. And personally, the theory I believe in has become one of the most popular creation theories in the world, with the introduction of the concept of extraterrestrial creators by Erich von Däniken's book Chariots of the Gods, and today, with the access of people to thousands of ancient texts and epics in different languages through the internet and numerous archaeological discoveries. Especially with the translation of ancient Sumerian tablets, it has been revealed how their creation epics laid the foundation for today's religions, and how many stories told in sacred texts actually belong to the Anunnaki individuals of those times. This includes the creation of humans. According to the ancient aliens theory, an advanced race of humans came to our planet about 400,000 years ago for our gold mines and established a colony here. The theory continues as follows. Deciding to create a subordinate race to relieve them of the workload, this advanced race, led by their scientist Enki, combined their genetic structure with the prima species that existed on Earth at that time, which we can call Homo erectus today, and thus created a hybrid species, humans. This event has turned into expressions like God created man in his own image, or breathed his own spirit into man, in some sacred books of today. The name of the first human created in Sumerian mythology is Adapa, and over time, this name has entered sacred texts as Adam. The human race created worked as slaves for the Anunnaki, multiplied for tens of thousands of years. And eventually, after a series of climate events on a planetary scale and wars among the Anunnaki, resulting in destruction, the Anunnaki left the Earth to humans. According to the chronology, civilization restarted with the Sumerians in 4500 BC. Many experts claim that the sudden appearance of Sumerian civilization in such an advanced way on the stage of history can be explained by this. I will frequently share detailed videos on my channel on this topic, and you will be able to gain deeper knowledge by watching them. The ancient alien theorem being compatible with religious narratives, explaining in its own way how humanity could advance so rapidly in such a short time evolutionarily, is gaining popularity day by day. Especially many researchers explain that the uncontrollable obsession with gold mining are physical problems that we experience as a result of rapid evolution not fully adapted to the planet, and more importantly, being so incompatible and destructive towards both other creatures in nature and the life cycles of the planet in this way. Because no other species has naturally become extinct or caused such destruction to the planet, in such a short time. Of course, all these topics I mentioned are independently examined and researched today. Both the theory of evolution, the theory of ancient aliens, or the theory of migration from other planets. There are still some gaps, but with our increasing awareness and new discoveries every day, humanity is slowly finding answers to the questions of why we are so incompatible with this planet and where we come from. So, what is the most striking incompatibility you have noticed in yourself or your surroundings? Do you think it's a natural part of human evolution, or are there completely different things behind creation? Join the conversation in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.